Good morning and welcome to day 19 of our COVID devotions. This morning we are here at the Parker household just kind of getting up and getting our morning started. Everything's kind of waking up around us. A nice cool morning here on Hilton Head. And just real quick as we get our day started, just wanted to bring you the opportunity to just get focused on the Lord's Word. Hopefully you're going to find your own time with Him this morning, but just wanted to share with you real quickly a passage that just kind of stuck out to me. This is in John chapter 12, verse 1 through verse 8. And this is what happens. Jesus was in Bethany, and a meal had been provided for Him there. It was about 6 days before the Passover, and as we look to this time of year, Jesus leading up to His death on the cross that will happen soon, with Good Friday being not today but next Friday, and then of course we celebrate Easter. It was about 6 days before the Passover, and Jesus was there in Bethany celebrating, and He was having a dinner, and Martha was there serving Jesus, and Jesus was there with Lazarus. Can you imagine this scene, that Jesus is now reclining at the table of a guy that He had just brought back to life? I don't really know what Lazarus was thinking, or what the rest of the people around them were thinking, or even what was going through Jesus' mind as He sat right there with Lazarus, knowing that He had brought him from the grave. And Jesus, knowing Lazarus before he was conceived in his mother's womb, to being able to see him probably in eternity, being fully God and fully man. Just wow, what a crazy scene. But what's interesting is Mary comes in, and during this time, man, she takes this ointment, this special perfume of nard, and she begins to wipe Jesus's feet and just worship Him. And she uses her hair, and she's just anointing Jesus. Just this very special, very intimate time of worship is just unfolding right there at this dinner table. And as this is happening, Judas has been helping himself to the money. He's kind of a cheater. We know he would go on and he would eventually betray Jesus, and eventually help lead Him to the point to where He would be crucified on the cross. And so Judas is like, this could have been sold. This perfume could have been given. You could have made 300 denarii off of it. And it was a very expensive perfume, and it could have been given to the poor. Really tries to turn it as He's looking for the well-being of others. But Jesus sees through all this, and Jesus says, no, this is not going to be taken away from her. She's doing what's right. The poor will always be with you. She's anointing me even before my burial. And I start to think about all that. And during this time that we have just to be with our family and just to be alone for a little while, what price tag are you putting on worshiping the Lord? What is He worth to you? How excited are you to just want to find that time to spend with Him? Hopefully you're reflecting on that, and your heart is to do those things. And I'm going to encourage you just to do what you can to walk close to the Lord. But even beyond a worldwide pandemic, what value, what work do you put on Jesus throughout the rest of the year, throughout the rest of these seasons? What are you doing? How are you worshiping Him? What price tag are you putting on what you would be willing to give Him or to sacrifice on His behalf? God has been so gracious and so kind to us, and even during this, He's gracious and kind and good to us. He's gracious and kind to those that He's watching over and protecting, and giving us endurance in the middle of trials. But He's also kind and merciful for those who are still far away from Jesus. Maybe you have a family member or a friend who doesn't have a relationship with God. During this time, we know that people's hearts are sensitive because they see that this is out of their control. There is something bigger than themselves that is working all these things out. I pray that God would soften people's heart, and there would be a move for the gospel of Jesus Christ. I pray that you would be a part of His church and encouraging them and taking that message to them. So today, if there's any way that we can help you or pray for you, pray that you might comment below, or you might leave that for us. But we're hoping you're encouraged, and keep loving the Lord, keep worshiping Him, whatever it takes. And we look forward to seeing you all soon.